Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan reunited in TNA after playing a pivotal role in WCW's success over WWE in the 1990s. Vince Russo, a former writer for all three companies, recently reflected on his time working with the two men in TNA. Hogan, real name Terry Bollea, passed away at the age of 71 on July 24. In 2010, the Hulkster received creative control after becoming one of the biggest signings in TNA history. At the two-time WWE Hall of Famer's request, former TNA president Dixie Carter also hired Bischoff as a behind-the-scenes executive and on-screen character. Speaking to wrestling host Mac Davis, Russo claimed Bischoff and Hogan did not want him in TNA. Watch the video above to hear Vince Russo reveal the full story behind Dixie Carter hiring Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan. In 2000, Hulk Hogan filed a defamation lawsuit against Vince Russo following their infamous WCW Bash at the Beach incident. After the case was dismissed, the two men made amends before working together again in TNA. According to Russo, Carter wanted to keep him on the TNA creative team because she knew he always told the truth. Russo also opened up about a major mistake TNA made when Hogan joined the company. In a shocking revelation that has reignited one of professional wrestling's most volatile and controversial behind-the-scenes sagas, former WWE and WCW head writer Vince Russo has come forward with a scathing claim about his tumultuous relationship with two of the industry's most polarizing figures, Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan. Speaking in an exclusive interview that has already sent shockwaves through the wrestling world, Russo alleged that both Bischoff and Hogan did not want me around during their time working together in WCW, suggesting a long-running campaign of backstage sabotage, political manipulation, and personal vendettas that contributed to the chaos of one of wrestling's most notorious eras. The wrestling community has long speculated about the friction between Russo and the power duo of Hogan and Bischoff, but never before has Russo peeled back the curtain with such raw intensity. "Let's call it what it is," Russo began. "Those guys never wanted me in WCW. From day one, it was about control. It was about ego. It was about protecting their own interests. I was brought in to fix a dying company, and from the moment I walked through the door, it was clear that Bischoff and Hogan saw me as a threat, not a partner." Russo's words paint a vivid picture of the WCW locker room consumed by political infighting, creative clashes, and deeply entrenched rivalries that extended far beyond the scripted feuds fans saw on Monday Nitro. According to Russo, his arrival in WCW in 1999 was met with immediate resistance from Bischoff, who had recently been sidelined but still maintained significant backstage influence, and from Hogan, whose creative control clause and backstage power had become the stuff of wrestling legend. "They had their claws in everything," Russo stated. "Every segment, every finish, every push. If it didn't serve Hulk's image or Eric's vision, it wasn't going to happen. I came in with a different approach, more realism, more unpredictability, and that terrified them." The breaking point, as Russo described it, came in July 2000 at WCW's Bash at the Beach pay-per-view, an event that has become infamous for its chaotic shoot-style promo, legal fallout, and the eventual departure of Hogan from the company. That night, Russo cut a blistering promo after Hogan's match with Jeff Jarrett, calling out the Hall of Famer and declaring that fans were never going to see that piece of asterisk again. The incident was later revealed to be at least partially a shoot, with Hogan allegedly invoking his creative control clause mid-show, refusing to go along with the originally planned finish. Russo, blindsided by the move, took to the mic and set the wrestling world ablaze. "That wasn't just a promo," Russo recalled. "That was real. That was frustration. That was me finally saying enough is enough." Hogan used that clause to hijack the show and make himself look good, even if it killed the momentum of everyone else involved. But Russo's exclusive interview goes even deeper, revealing that tensions with Bischoff were just as toxic, if not more so. "Eric and I were oil and water," Russo admitted. We had completely different philosophies. He wanted the glitz and glamour. I wanted gritty storytelling. He trusted a select few. I tried to elevate new stars. He saw me as someone taking power away from him, and he made sure to undercut me at every turn. I can't tell you how many times I'd have a segment planned, and suddenly it's changed without explanation. That wasn't coincidence. That was Bischoff pulling strings behind the scenes. Russo also claimed that his creative ideas were often sabotaged or watered down at the last minute due to political pressure. We were trying to do something different, he said. I wanted to push younger talent, guys like Booker T, Mike Awesome, and Lance Storm. But that didn't fit into the Bischoff-Hogan narrative. They wanted to keep the spotlight on the same old faces, even as the ratings plummeted. That's not business. That's ego. In the years since WCW's collapse in 2001, all three men have continued to tell their sides of the story, often contradicting each other's accounts. Bischoff has publicly accused Russo of not understanding the wrestling business and being responsible for WCW's creative downfall. Hogan, for his part, has maintained that he was simply protecting his character and legacy. But Russo's latest comments suggest that the animosity runs far deeper and may never be resolved. I was the scapegoat, Russo said. It was easy to point the finger at the outsider, the guy from WWE, and say he ruined everything. But the truth is, WCW was broken long before I got there. I tried to fix it. I really did. But when you're dealing with egos that big, when the inmates are running the asylum, there's only so much you can do. Interestingly, Russo also revealed that he once attempted to patch things up with Bischoff after WCW's closure, but was met with cold resistance. I reached out to Eric years later. I said, let's talk like men. Let's clear the air. He wasn't interested. He still held on to that bitterness, that resentment. Same with Hogan. They didn't want closure. They wanted to be right. That's the difference between us. Russo's comments have sparked intense debate online, with fans and insiders weighing in on who truly bears responsibility for WCW's downfall. Some have rallied behind Russo, praising his willingness to speak candidly about a time in wrestling history that many still don't fully understand. Others have sided with Bischoff and Hogan, arguing that Russo's booking style was erratic and damaging to WCW's brand. Regardless of which side one takes, it's clear that the wounds from that era have not healed, and may never. Have moved on, Russo insisted. I've accepted the fact that I'll always be the villain in their story. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stay silent. I was there. I saw what happened. And if telling the truth makes people uncomfortable, so be it. I'm not here to protect anyone's legacy. I'm here to tell my story. The ramifications of Russo's latest bombshell are already being felt. Wrestling podcasts, cheats, and fan forums are abuzz with renewed interest in the backstage politics that defined WCW's final years. Some have even called for a sit-down documentary or televised reunion to finally bring the three men together and settle their differences once and for all. Whether that ever happens remains to be seen. For now, one thing is certain. The drama that once unfolded behind the curtain in WCW continues to captivate fans decades later. And with Russo now speaking openly about the forces that tried to silence him, the legacy of that infamous era is being rewritten in real time. You can bury the truth for a while, Russo said in closing, but eventually it digs its way back up. In the unpredictable world of professional wrestling, where reality and fiction often blur, Vince Russo's explosive claims serve as a reminder that the real stories, the ones fans never saw on TV, can be far more dramatic than anything scripted for the ring. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.